know how to progress, you can do the sprint faster, okay? All right.
Don't pull anything.
Then you go put that game face on.
You'll find that after a while, you have an idea of where they're going. So if they're doing 14 or 16, sometimes they end up getting
Alright, let's do that, and I did that 5 times.
So we know after 5 times I've been within a cluster, I'm going to take that average, right? So it's 93.6, 94. I don't know. All I know is I only got about 1 point. So catch your breath. What we'll do is same thing. We'll do this over and over. And remember, we said if they're here one time and then here one time, it's not like, okay, that's good, let's go to the runway. You're going to do it over and over until 4 or 5 times they're here within a few inches. The board is 8 inches, 20 centimeters, so they can be off a little bit, but they can't be off a lot, okay? And then secretly we'll have another coach or a student athlete catching, this is 8 left, we'll have somebody catching 6 left. Why would we do that?
Mid-mark.
Right? So they're focusing more on getting up to 8, but we're catching that, and it's the same thing. They might be good here, but if they're not consistent at the mid-mark, then the run still is the same, even though they're kind of steering to land in the same spot. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's how we get the mid, and they might not even know where it is. Then we go over to the runway, and we, measure this out, and then put 28 or 30 or whatever it is.
So Coach, when we do this, we got to make sure we got spikes on right, they're rested.
Yeah, we always do it. Always do it in spikes and fresh.
Yeah.
After the warm up.
Excuse me, this was for a triple jump or for a long jump?
Long jump, but he's old, so he's not going to run fast no matter what. It kind of looks like a triple jump with masters.
Oh, damn. I didn't laugh at
I'm on camera.
That's not funny.
And then we're about to get a cue form, or we just making a note of where he's
I
playing?
put a tiny little chalk mark so they don't even know where it is. Like, I'll have a piece of chalk and I'll just do here. Here I might make a little L for Leanna and a T for Tyron or whatever. And what they're going to try to hit where you stand. So I won't stand by the last place they landed. I'm going to stand over here just watch. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Because they're going to steer some whole time. So can I get a volunteer to catch 6? The 6 left? When you catch the 6 left, it should just be about back a little further. It'll be. Yeah. So you'll catch 6. I'll catch 8. Clear?
He was steering.
So that was good. Same spot here. I was a little nervous at getting all juiced up using follow up. Right. But that was good. What do you have there?
I have a 68, 8.
Okay, I'm going to let somebody be the math person. 68, 8 to 94. What's that?
5, 4.
Okay. Smartphone people, chop chop.
So obviously it's not going to be 30. He's not wearing spikes and he's not going all out. Well,
And this, another thing, would this be the great condition to get approaches to them? I don't want a tail, I don't want a head. I want a dead cone. Unless you have an indoor facility, I'd go inside the facility. So the wet track must be Alright, so that's 16. Obviously 18, you can't create more down here. Probably about 1.5. That's what I was in college. And that's probably the same speed I was in college too. That's not big deal. Alright, so it's pretty simple, you guys. Right. Is there gonna be variation for the long term? What approach is long? Triple. So why is the triple longer?
You're keeping
No
it.
penultimate. Right? So you say penultimate 220 marks for the long, you have penultimate. Okay? So it's going to be, literally a 6-inch variation for Will.
sometimes there's okay, but they should be open. It should be along. That is right.
Jeremy, so are you counting your steps back from the board or
Well,
from the 220
so
mark?
if I was going to get started, all I'd do is I'd put a 0 mark and a piece of tape back there.
Okay.
And I'd have them run 10 times. Okay. And again, I'm putting cones down the way, so every 10 feet I'm putting cones, or about 20 feet I'm putting cones and saying, okay, I'm working with a kid, I want you to run faster in each one. Okay? So they're progressively running faster. Get the 10th time. After the 10th time, I saw basically a 94.4. So that's the average of the 10. It's usually 94.4. So what I should be able to do is take this, put it on the runway at 94.4, and I should be right dead on the board. And so right now I should be able to go over there, put it, and I should be dead on the board. And obviously with my cutting accuracy. Right, so that's basically.
That's for 16 steps?
16, and then 14 we can just get the 14th step.
That's if you're just
18,
running
we
through.
Get, that basis. So we can even 12. If you want to sometimes get there 12. So sometimes in 10 I'll get there. I'll put 2 or 3 at their 10. I'll have a couple coaches out. I'll have Coach Full watching the 12, Al watching the 14, and I'll be watching the 16. So I can get all 3 at the same time. Yeah, you can't get all 3 at the same time because no. Okay, so you have some coaches out there that are some of the athletes.
If you go with the 12, you still have the 30 feet. Check mark?
No, there's no check mark. So yeah, it's too short. Too short. And that's more triple jump more than any other. Maybe ball, you guys use the ball. Yeah. So that's why it's good to have those various marks. Always have them. I mean, I have a piece of paper, and I'll have Christian, and I'll have his 12 step. I'll have his 10 step, 12 step, 14 step, 16 step, 18 step. I'll have stride length because I've done that on the paper. Okay, I have, I take notes after every meet where he was, things like that. I'm trying to make them as accurate as possible. So I have a full high school team. Can I do that? No. But it makes your life easier if you have a warm-up, like a competition warm-up, and you have 94.2, 92.6, 93.2, 94.5, okay? And you give them the paper, they know what the warm-up is, and they know where their starting mark is. Because you're one person, you're working with 40 athletes, and you can look on the sheet and say, hey, Susie, your mark is 94.2, and they know it. They don't have to keep fast. Okay? So it's nice to always be, the more prepared you are, the better the athlete feels, and the easier it makes your life. Okay, that only takes 15, 20 extra minutes. All right, and I give them one for every meet. So, you want to get more ball.
Yeah. Do any of the drills for the thing we talked about?
Good. One, two, one.